Okay, this one's going to be short and quick. Um, what I've got here, what I'm trying to show is I've got this mesh here that has a bunch of materials on it, right? So a single mesh, but it has metal materials. It also has this concrete material. And so the idea here is I want to play a different effect. I want to know what material my rigid body or whatever I'm hitting with, I want to know what material it has hit. So that's what this video is about, and it's really pretty straightforward. I am using a script that's sort of derived from Invector. I've changed it quite a bit to define decal objects. So depending on these parameters, you want to determine, okay, did I hit an object tagged rock? Then you're going to kick off that effect. Did I hit something on layer whatever? Then I'm going to kick off this effect. I guess you got the idea. But what I'm going to focus on today is materials. So how do you determine what material your bullet or whatever it is has impacted against? What I'm showing here is I'm interested in the materials given these names: metal, panel, whatever. I'm also interested in material with this name, concrete. Now note that it doesn't have to be the full material name. It doesn't have to be concrete 4_2. It just has to be, it doesn't even have to be the correct case. It just has to be a part of the material name. So anyway, here's the code to handle it. What gets hit has to have a mesh collider attached. We can't do any of this on a box collider, on a sphere collider. None of that will work. So if we've got ourselves a mesh collider, which for the most part, when we're using materials, we will, because they're typically complex objects. At least that's what I'm finding in my case. So we're going to rip all the materials from our mesh render, and when we have our mesh, what we're going to do then is call this get submesh index. Now, I believe I know how this works. This is code I was able to glean off of different things I read online, but ultimately what it does is it determines where the submesh that you have hit on your particular mesh, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't, that's fine, because it barely makes sense to me. Okay, so once we have our submesh index, that's part of our mesh. What we're going to do now is, of all of those names, we are going to scan through, look through, and determine, okay, is this material name part of this mesh? And so what does that look like? Well, over here, I can run up, and now I can ping and hit concrete, and I can hit metal. Well, let's see what happens if I get rid of this rule. Okay, now it's, by default, it's seeing this whole big mesh as something that's metal. Let me put that back. Now it should find that to be concrete again. There we go. There's our concrete, and there's our metal hits. If you guys want the code, let me know, and I will just put it online for you. All right.